President Trump is helping his allies who supported his alleged plan to overturn the 2020 election results.
Yeah, Justice Department spokesperson says that he has given them full, complete, and unconditional pardons from federal charges.
Trump's lawyers Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell and his former chief of staff Mark Meadows are on the list. So joining us now with more is ABC's Jonathan Karl. Thank you for joining us on set.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, we had the list of pardons this morning, dozens of others involved, including Rudy Giuliani, Meadows. They were all involved in the efforts to overturn the 2020 election. So what's the significance of these pardons, especially considering none of them were actually facing federal charges?
Look, this is mostly symbolic. What they're doing here is trying to say Donald Trump was right about the 2020 election. These people were entirely justified in their efforts to overturn the results because the results were stolen. Obviously, they weren't stolen. We've litigated this over and over and over again, but it is a symbolic effort. What's interesting is two of the people that got pardons actually pleaded guilty to the charges in state cases, Jenna Ellis and Kenneth Cheeseborough, and were both cooperating with prosecutors in the other states, and they too got pardoned.
They got pardoned.
How unusual is that?
I mean, it's bizarre, especially because they are viewed within Trump world as turncoats. I mean, Jenna Ellis gave a tearful apology for her role in trying to overturn the election, and yet here she is, the recipient of a pardon.
You know, the pardon proclamation, they called this, a grave national injustice. Yeah. What does it say about President Donald Trump's broader message about not only the 2020 election, but what happened on January 6th?
Yeah. I mean, look, there has been a comprehensive effort to rewrite the history of what happened on January 6th and to continue to insist that the election was stolen. And this is one of the more dramatic episodes in that effort to do that. It doesn't, as we said before, it doesn't really matter because none of these people faced federal charges. Yeah. Dozens of them have faced state charges. Obviously, a presidential pardon doesn't erase state charges, and those state cases actually aren't really going anywhere.
But what impact could it have? Because we know that Giuliani has that state case, Georgia and Arizona. Will it have, will it sway public perception?
I mean, it doesn't have any legal impact whatsoever on those state cases. And those state cases, the judge, it's unlikely, in public opinion, won't really matter much. But again, it's the effort. They want to be able to say, these people did absolutely nothing wrong. And by the way, not only is he doing this, but he's also going to go after people like Jack Smith that were actually prosecuting what happened on January 6th.
John, a different topic here. Let's talk about Ghislaine Maxwell, because Congressman Jamie Raskin is alleging that Ghislaine Maxwell is receiving extraordinary treatment. Right? Not only being transferred from a maximum security to pretty much a white-collar prison, but that she could be trying to, I guess, find herself a partner, find her way out, or get her sentence commuted. What's the latest?
Yeah, Congressman Maxwell has written a 6-page letter to Donald Trump detailing, in part, all of the special treatment that Ghislaine Maxwell has gotten. We know she's in this, like you said, this lower security prison. By the way, a prison that explicitly says that if you're convicted of sex offenses, you are not eligible to be there, and yet she's there. Among the things he details is that she got access to a puppy. I mean, it's in
prison.
Yes, in prison. As far as a commutation, who knows if Trump will actually take that step? But what Maxwell says, what Raskin says is that he's preparing to do so and is warning the president, do not do it.
Short of a pardon, all of these privileges.
Right.
Clearly, the party, both sides of the aisle, must have an opinion about it, though.
Yeah, I mean, look, this Epstein thing is one thing that's absolutely broken through, and you have some Republican voices that are, absolutely adamant on getting to the bottom, getting to the Epstein files and the like.
Yeah, we know Thomas Massey and Marjorie.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is.
Who would have thought Marjorie Taylor Greene and the Democrats agreeing on stuff?
Wow. Jonathan Karl.
Hey, thanks for having me here on set. I appreciate it.
Yes, it's nice to have you here instead of, DC.